So I'm Retro X Matt, and we're gonna try this again. We're gonna try. I made a video earlier, but apparently my mic that was being used was through my PS5 controller, so like it sounded super quiet and all muffed. So I didn't really I had to delete the video. It's nice because like I talked about so many things. Well, I felt like I talked a lot about like my channel, introduced my channel. So basically, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going over old Super Nintendo games, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, basically all the old retro games pre 2000, I think it is. I'm gonna go over my collection, which I have like I think over about 50 something box SNES games, and about maybe like 7 NES games, but I still have like a lot of the cartridges by themselves. But today I'm gonna be going over Street Fighter 2 on the SNES, and in the future I'm gonna be doing comics as well. I'm gonna be going over Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run as well. Not even just like Jonathan Hickman's run. I'm gonna go over like a bunch of different comics, like a lot of new stories too. Because I feel like a lot of people they review a lot of the older stories just because like they're so good, like this one, the Jonathan Hickman New Avengers run. But then you have like some of the new runs that I personally like that people don't really give enough credit to, like Silk Spectre, the new Ghost Rider, the new Venom that's being made right now. The new Thor one is really amazing by Jason Aaron, I think it is. But I think he hasn't. I think he stopped at issue 24. But like these are the things that I'm basically gonna go over. So it's gonna be a mix in between my channel, but on my Twitch, I'm being recording this on my Twitch. Raul, if you're watching, I appreciate it. But so it's gonna be a mix of things. I'm gonna be going over, but today or right now, I'm gonna be going over Super Street Fighter 2. I'm gonna be unboxing it, and I'm gonna be going over the condition of my boxes, and basically the instruction booklet and all that stuff, and talking about the game a little bit and how it kind of affected me or us, my family, and just how it affected, I guess, the gaming population in general. So I have this in the case, so I'm struggling to open this up real quick. Okay, so minty box. Like, this is one of my most pristine games I have, like boxing edition wise. Like, no cuts, no scrapes. The corners are beautiful. Like, everything's beautiful about this. Look at that. Oh, I lied. You see that right there? A little bit of a crease. That's alright. So in the other video, I was showing that how like, oh no, the manual's broken. Like how beautiful the label is. Like how beautiful the label is. Like the gloss is still there. You know, it's not dried out how some of the older beat up labels are, where it's all scuffed and cut. It's beautiful. The extraction manual. A little bend right here, but it's nothing too big. But so what I was saying about like the instruction manuals about how like back in the day, every Nintendo game, I think maybe up until they stopped making instruction manuals, maybe until like the Wii generation, where like every game came with instruction manuals. I'm pretty sure like new people who don't have them, I mean, like the newer generation, they don't really know about them because like a lot of the games that come with instruction manuals are like, okay, here they touch in the game and they show you how to play the game there. You know what I mean? Like here, or even like the fighting games. You know, Street Fighter 5 or 6, for example. You get in the game, you push start, you character move list. That's how you learn. But here, like you didn't really. There wasn't that, back in the day. I think a lot of it you had to learn on the fly. Well, a lot of people who played Street Fighter 2 learned from the arcade first because it came out in 1991, and then it made its way to the Super Nintendo like in 1992. It did. It made its way to Super Nintendo 1992, and like I think Sega, like in 1993, I think. I know. I'm pretty sure it came out like 3 months after on the Sega Genesis. But so like I'm all right in the arcade cabinets. They have like the move set right there, the joystick down, that the movement or whatever it is, plus A for Hadouken. But on Super Nintendo, they didn't have it, so they put everything in the instruction manuals. Look how I get it. It's funny because like it tells you like Honda's 100 hand slap, but like it does, the instructions aren't really that clear. It says use control pad, press hold back and hold it for 2 seconds, then press the forward direction, punch any direction. Like for Street Fighter 2, I felt like it was so hard, unless like, a lot of like the moves were honestly learned by like word by mouth. Like I learned how to do Hadoukens from my brother. My brother learned it from my older cousin. And they're like, oh, like what I mean? Like a lot of the moves were like, oh, you just down slide it to the forward, push Y, Hadouken. Or same thing, the sure you can like forward down forward or whatever it is, right? So sure you can on the like almost all the moves, right? And that's why like I feel a lot of the characters that were more complicated to play, like Bison, like his little psycho crusher kick and his other ones, like they were really hard to learn because a lot of people didn't know because they didn't read the instruction manual and they just kind of like jumped into the game. So I feel like a lot of those characters were like not picked up. People I grew up around. Same thing like with Zangief too. Like I didn't really find out about his like full circle moves until maybe probably around like 17. I started playing Street Fighter because I was born in 1988. Street Fighter 2 came out in 91, obviously, but I remember playing it when I was like 5, 6 years old. I don't think I learned about the full circle things until I was like maybe 15, 16, honestly. But yes. So I was saying in my previous stream that how I think if it wasn't for Street Fighter 2, a lot of the fighting game tournaments, like the way how prestigious it is now, like how big it is, if it wasn't for Street Fighter setting it up, I don't think it would be as big as it is now. You know what I mean? Because like obviously there was fighting games before this. Like there was Final Fight, there was King of Fighters, and all those other like really good fighting games, right? But like Street Fighter 2 really set the standard, and Mortal Kombat came after this, Mortal Kombat 2, Killer Instinct, and then Tekken and stuff like started coming out and all that. So kind of like in a way it kind of revolutionized not fighting games, because like fighting games were obviously like one person, right? But like it just made it as big as it did, I think personally. And it was just so fun. Like all the different characters were super unique. You had Blanca, you had Zangief. This one doesn't have Vega in it, I don't think so, no. But like everyone had a character they wanted to pick. Like I loved playing Guile back then. And obviously everyone loved playing Ryu and stuff like that. Oh, cool, Ryu, But no one. I think the people who played the character I seen the least was probably Bison. I seen a lot of people. Oh, you weren't even gonna play Bison back then. What the hell? You weren't, huh? Oh, Street Fighter 2. I'm sorry. For some reason, that's a Super Street Fighter 2. But yeah. But you still get Dhalsim a lot. I've seen a lot of Dhalsim Honda players because like his freaking it did like if you landed it with the high punch, it's probably like half your health. It was insane. I was actually playing it the other day and just realized how broken it was if you landed it. But yeah. So like I said, it came out in 91. Yeah, in 1991 arcades. I think the Street Fighter 1 came out before that. I think Street Fighter 1 came out like in 1990 or 1989. And the only reason why they made a sequel because like it was like such a huge success, like in the States. Like, it got so big, and that's when they made Street Fighter 2. And obviously you have like a bunch all the other Street Fighter variations, Street Fighter 2 variations on Super Nintendo. Like you have Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 the New Challengers, Super Street Fighter 2. I think I have that box right there actually, but I'll show that right now. But I honestly like I really love the box art. Like Ryu's getting his ass kicked by Blanca, and Chun-Li's just Chun-Li, but it's funny though because Ray's supposed to be like the main character, you know, and he's all knocked out in the front of the box art. Yeah, just box art back then. The box art for the games back then were really really cool. Like I know you can't see it, but and how freaking corny it was. Get ready to rumble. Like you really don't see games like that with the box art like that anymore. Or like in general, really, you know. And then you have the cool little inserts that came with it too. If you remember, like when you open the box, the warranties. Let me put it back in real quick. But so basically, what my YouTube channel is gonna be about is I'm gonna try to, in a way, make it better. I'm gonna add gameplay. I'm gonna talk more in depth about the video game in general. You know, add music because right now it's really generic. It's coming from my Twitch, and this is my first video I'm doing. But I'm gonna put this on my YouTube and stuff like that. And I don't want to sound all monotone. That's one thing I don't want to sound. So I do want to work on that too. Like I sound like, oh, I'm so sad. Like, nah, I don't want that shit. Like, I know how I am and I know how I should be talking. But I can get it in without. I don't want to bend the shit on my manual. Sorry. Fuck my life. Sorry. Cool. That in there. God damn it. Sorry. It's in here. It's funny because, like I said, these are collector items now, you know? Like, these were worth, obviously when you bought them, they're like $60, right? And even like in 2008, 2009, these were worth, like fully boxed and complete like this, they're worth like what, 80, like 60, $70 still complete, around the same price. But something happened within like 5-6 years ago where like the prices on all the games just went up. Like the rare ones, because this is Street Fighter 2 is a pretty common game. Honestly, it is. Like to find in the wild, well, not complete. I'm talking about like just the cartridge itself. Like, but the complete thing like this, it's rare, obviously, and like especially if they're mint conditions. But you can find any box like this, like at any old school retro store that sells it, right? But now these are worth like, I think this is probably like $200, $220 for this one I have right now in this condition, $220, $230, and it's crazy because these ones like skyrocketed so much, and obviously because of COVID, like something happened during COVID, as well as where all the collector items like this, they went up in price. Baseball cards, old school comics, games, everything. But what's that called? But yeah, so this is not my pricier one, but this is one of my favorite complete in the box games I own, just because how like amazing it looks and the condition it is. Yeah, I was a Chun-Li main now. Me and my little brother, we play often. His name's Kurama, if you know. He's Super Smash Bros. Professional player. But we play often, like he'll come over and we'll just like toss on like fighting games. I don't put on Smash Bros. Anymore because he whoops my ass. So we'll put on like Street Fighter Alpha 3, or 2, I mean. Mortal Kombat, like just different fighting games we'll play. But it's so fun to know that Nintendo, honestly, if it wasn't for Nintendo, we wouldn't have the couch co-op as we do now. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the old school games, like if it wasn't for Nintendo, they're like single player. You know, like there wasn't a lot of co-op back then. And like that's when Nintendo, obviously Nintendo didn't make Street Fighter 2, right? But since they brought this in, like it made sitting next to your cousin, your dad, your sister, your mom, whoever it is, right? Any one of your family members that want to sit down and just play fucking a fighting game with you. It was just so fun. You couldn't beat it, you know? And that's why I feel like if it wasn't for Nintendo, and even now they're still trying to incorporate that couch co-op. Yeah, the online. The online's fine. Everyone plays online. It's convenient. You don't have to go to your friend's house anymore, and the lag's not as much as it was maybe like 10 years ago or whatever. But like, there's still nothing better than like going home, and you have your family over, family event, hooking up your Super Nintendo or your Nintendo 64, tossing in Super Street Fighter 2, tossing in Mario Kart 64, whatever you want to play. But I feel like there's such a lost art, and that's why I'm still stuck on retro games, and I still can't get over them. Anyways, sorry I'm ranting on about it. Street Fighter 2, amazing game, revolutionized like everything. Tournaments, fighting game community, fighting games. It created like a big old ripple effect of like copycats. That's basically what Super Mario 64 did too. So it's good. Obviously, there's good things to it and there's bad things to it. Like all the bad copies that came out of fighting games. I forgot what the hell they were. I was watching a video on it the other day on YouTube. But anyways, that's basically what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna try to get more in depth in the games. I'm gonna try to talk more about them. I'm gonna show gameplay of me playing. Yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Hopefully you're looking forward to more of this. Thank you.